Hello, hello, welcome everybody to the virtual Interlagos Circuit Andromeda Jose Carlos Pez, better known as Andromeda de Interlagos, or simply Interlagos. It's a 4.309 kilometer, 2.67 mile motorsports circuit located in the city of Sao Paulo, Brazil. And this, of course, is the beautiful virtual Brazil, where we could make the weather anything we want with the click of a finger. So today we are going to have perfect weather. We are going to have a race that goes into the sunset. So we're starting out with daylight and heading into the evening. So this should be some kind of excitement here for round 4. We do have our qualification session that is about to start as the clock is ticking down. So we are not going to waste any time. We're going to get right into it and start off with our private qualifying. So with that said, what we will do now is get ready here to update our little situation. I'm going to go to the timing box and get the drivers up, and we will see who we have out there first. This looks like we are currently focused on Barrett Erickson. We'll get up to the scores and everything when we get a minute here, but these drivers are going to be heading out for this first 15-minute qualification session. There is Nick Westy. Nick Westy is currently the LMH points leader. He does have a slim lead of 3 points over Robin Taylor. They're both from Black Cat Motorsports, so as you might assume, Black Cat Motorsports is leading the team championship. But we'll get into that here after quali when we have a minute. So without any further ado, let's check out some of these laps as we get started here. You see Westy in that Porsche. While they're doing their out laps here, let's kind of take a look down some of our faves out here. There is Tony Talvitier. He's sporting a new skin this race, honoring the Sumorlito, or otherwise known as the Maiden of Finland. This is the Maiden of Finland skin by Tony Talvitier, sporting that. Tanner Selby has joined us today. He's in the Hurt Porsche. And Costas as well in the Porsche, sporting his beautiful skin there. And Matej Datskoveler. Beautiful looking car. And Freddie Hell, one of the MRG boys, with his traditional skin. And Jacob Smythe, another of the MRG team. And then John Venderke, one of the SRO drivers, in his custom skin there. And then Randy Americ in the corn-fed Porsche. His team captain of MRG, I believe. Good Grand Rapids boy from the side of the pond. All right, then we get to the GT3s, and we have points leader Roman Granatovich. He has been on a roll. He does have a 4-point lead over Cale Graff, who, if you've been paying attention and following any of the other races, we've seen some great race between these guys. He's been driving the BMW. And then Matteo De Natalia, he will be driving the Merc. And then we have Tim Cartwright, another BMW driver. And Johnny Gutierrez, who is also up in that top points lead. He is in third place, some 13 points off of second and about 17 points off of the lead in the GT3 class in his custom spinner. Then we have Joe Brown. Simon Kingsbury, another AMG driver. And then another SRO driver for Flying Crowbar Racing, along with Johnny Gutierrez, is Mark Heitre in his Kansas City Chiefs USA FKR. I tell you, those Chiefs are undefeated right now. If anybody pays attention to American football, he's got the right team on his car there. So they're starting to put times in now, so my line is getting out of order. But I wanted to get a look at who else is on here. Barrett Erickson, who we started in the first scene there in his foot-sniffing pig livery. He's a Bad Voices Racing driver. They're also participated in the points, so we'll get to that in a minute. He's pulling it in. Ed Jones is in the pit, waiting it out. Stefan Wenham is in the pits, and Alan Rasman, I think, is also in the pits, but he is an LMH driver. So with that said, let's get a look at some of these times now. Let's see what we got going up here. Give you a quick heads up. There we go. So 112.1 is the time to beat so far with the first 5 minutes of quali underway. Westy is just under a second behind him, and you see Talavite about a second and a half back. Check down the GTA. Donatella is at 130, and Granadovic is just, look at that, 5/10 off. Cartwright some 3/10 back. Graff and Kingsbury all within a second till you get to Heitre, so it's pretty tight up at the top there. Gutierrez has yet to put a time in. So with that said, let's focus on Johnny, because I'm sure he's about ready to cross. This is his outlap, so give him a minute here to get on the clock. Let's see where Granadovic is. He's also coming to probably put the tires on. Cartwright, all these guys are in right now. Erickson is out, putting up a ripper. Screen in Sector 2, so he has an improvement on his own time. He comes across the line here. Let's see what he can do. Some 1.9 off of the pace. Let's get a look at Tanner Selvey heading out. Okay, these guys are coming out of the pits now. So Taylor, he's pitted. Westy, he's on a timed lap, so this is a ripper for Westy. See if he can make up that 0.7 now. It is. See the difference in pace between excuse me, the LMH and the GT3s. You can see it's quite a lot, actually. He is yellow in Sector 1, so not probably set up to do it just quite yet on this lap. We are about halfway through quali. So that's the big hello. He's froze up with there. Let's find Tanner. Tanner's on an out lap. How about Vandergeest right behind him? Vandergeest is on a ripper. Catches a little curve there. See those brakes glowing red as he heats it up. Interlagos, man, what a great circuit. It's going to be tough sledding for these guys today. Really not a lot of places to pass. A lot of tight turns. And Vandergeest is pulling into the pits. So I'm on a roll, missing everybody. Let's see what we got here. Taylor, he's just coming out. So let's see where Westy is now. Westy should be on his timed lap.
User joined your channel.
And we have somebody coming in.
How's it going, Ralph?
How are we doing?
Great. Yeah, I got some surveillance. Of course, probably not the pace I need. We got surveillance.
All right. Well, we have Randy Merrick from MRG Racing joining us. So that is something to say. As he, are you? You must be in the pits right now.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. I'm checking. I'm double checking here to try. It looks like you got your volume turned up a little bit. So hey, yeah, thanks for jumping in with us. We are right now watching Nick Westy in the LMH. He's trying to better his time a little bit, but he's got yellow in sector 1 and 2, so he's not going to do this lap, and he go ahead and pulls it into the pit anyway. So while you're here, let's check on your teammate, Freddie Hell. We're watching him right now. He is on an out lap. Maybe we'll catch up to him in a minute.
Freddie's usually got some good pace, not quite as much as Robin or Nick, but he's usually up there in the top 3 or 4.
Yeah, Freddie is always really steady. It's steady Freddie, but then he has been, unfortunately, had some bad luck in a lot of these races where he's right in there and then something always happens. But really fun to watch though when he is on. He does some good driving there.
Oh yeah, he can definitely get hooked up in the zone and give those guys a run for their money.
Okay, we're on his cockpit view now, so it's a little bit loud, but he's finishing up the last sector here for his out lap, and he's going to start a time lap. Just about 5 minutes to go here. Let's see what he can do, if he can better himself. So how are things in Grand Rapids today?
They're wonderful.
Good.
Nice fall day.
Nice.
About 15 degrees Celsius.
Not too bad. We got a little overcast here. I'm up in the Seattle area, Washington, so we're getting ready for our constant rain season, which lasts about 9 months. But it's not that bad. We like to tell everybody that it keeps the crowds away. So.
Sure.
Well, he's yellow in sector 1. He's riding a lot of curb there. He's kicking up some dust. I don't know. You are probably sitting in the pits. You could probably follow along and be on time with me. There won't be any lag with you.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
I'm with the external view on him. That awesome orange skin.
With these cars, 2, 4, and the last turn going up the straight are the tough ones. It's hard to judge your entry speed. You're either way too fast or way too slow.
Aha. I've heard guys talk about the tires going out on the GT3s. They really got to monitor them. And Freddie's about to cross the line here. Let's see what he can do. He's currently in 7th. And he does. Well, he's gone to 8th. And that's only because Smythe gets put a lap in right in front of him. So, where Jacob, he's also a MRG guy, right? So there's your other teammate. So they just kind of swapped spots there. Smythe took 7th. Freddie took 8th. So if they're mid-packing it there for the protos here, and it's going to be 90 minutes. So, pole position is important, but I don't think it's going to be the factor of where you're going to finish in this race. It's going to be survival on this tight circuit. And plus, like you said, with the tires the way they are, you just don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, the pit lane's so long. If you get a penalty, pit lane speeding penalty, it's going to hurt.
Yeah. Good point. And there's been some funny penalties happening. Hopefully RF2 won't do those crazy RF2 things, and we won't see any weirdness with pit limiters and that kind of stuff, because I know sometimes the guys get a raw deal on that. Let's jump down to the I'm going to jump down to the GT3 side. It looks like Granadovich has done it again. He has put himself back on top, and he's about 3/10 up on Dentella. And then Gutierrez is right there in 3rd. I'm looking for Graf. He's in 5th. Usually that's the battle when the race gets going. Where is Mr. Graf? He's driving that Ferrari. So he's on outlap now. He's going to start his timed lap now with just 2 minutes to go. This will probably be, he might be able to cross in time. These are about 1.5 minute laps. So he might get another lap in if this one doesn't work out. But he is on a ripper now. So I'm going to watch him here in that Ferrari and see if he can put himself back up in the mix where he usually is in the top 4. Of course, being 5th right now, he's not that far out with Cartwright just ahead of him, just by a few tenths. So, let's see what's up. Oh, and he spun it. He has spun it. Graf has spun it in the first sector there. So, that lap is out, and he's parked it. So, he might be giving it up. Let's see. Gutierrez is purple in sector 1, so let's keep an eye on him. Got a shot here, but get ahead of Mateo. Oh, he's lost the rear a little bit there too. Like these guys were saying in the chat on the website that the tire wear is something to watch here. It looks like he's kind of given up on this lap. Johnny has slowed it down. He's bouncing off the curbs. So I don't know if he's going to have enough time. It's minute 41. He should be able to get back and start another one, but it looks like he's given up on this lap. He's coming up the hill now to the start finish, so he's either going to park it or rip it. Okay, looks like he's got his foot in it now as he's coming up to cross the line to start. This will be his last lap. And no, he's calling it. He's pulling it in the pits, so what the heck? All right, I'm 0 for everything on my calls. So, Matej Descobler back in the LMH cars. He's currently in 4th. He is green in Sector 1, so let's see if he can move himself up ahead of Telvitier and Westy. The familiar order up there for the LMH guys, Taylor, Westy, and Telvitier in the top 3. I know that Tanner and Smythe were battling last week, so these guys in 4th, 5th, 6th, they're taking advantage with these starts. So the craziness happens to get yourself up there. It looks like Matej has put himself off a little bit. It's not going to be the lap he wanted, I don't think, but let's see if it betters himself. And he does not best his last lap, so he's in 4th. It looks like he's happy to stay there. Who else we got? We got Selvey's out on track. Smythe is still out on track. Nope. So Smythe has just started a ripper. He's got plenty of time. He got it with 10 seconds to go. So here is Jacob's shot here to jump himself up a little bit. And he is green in Sector 1 by half a second, so that's pretty good. Jump in the cockpit with him here. All right, here he comes. He's green and green. He might be able to bump himself up above Sylvie. Let's see what happens. He does. He bumps himself up into 5th. He jumps Sylvie and Cantasaurus and puts himself in 5th position with a 2 seconds off of the blistering pace of Robin Taylor up there with that 112. So great lap there by MRG driver Jacob Smith moving himself up. So it looks like there's only a couple left out there. Costas is out there. Nope, he just parked it too. So according to this, let's see, we have a GT3 Joe Brown, might still be out there. He's yellow in the yellow, so it doesn't look like he's going to better his times. So I think the quali is set. I think this is going to be the starting order. So I'm going to go over here to my R Factor 2 broadcast software and set the starting order because everybody's in. I'm going to set it. All right. That should give us a nice little show here. Okay, so that was it. We got Nick Westy, Tony Talvitier, and Matej Descobler as your top 3 for the LMH. And then we have Roman Granadovic, Matteo Donatella, and Tim Cartwright taking 3rd away from Johnny Gutierrez on his last lap there. Nice run by Mr. Cartwright. Congrats. And it looks like Randy has gone back to his car. So here we are again getting ready for the race. So once again, the event we got here. This is round 4. 90 minutes of racing. We have a 5-minute warm-up here for the guys to just get out there and have a little bit of full tank action, perhaps. Putting the hards on, the softs on, we don't know. There might be a way to check tires, but I'm not going to get into that. But what we are going to do is we are going to check the scores. So like as promised before, here is our standing as we speak. So you can see Granadovic there has that 4-point lead over Graf in the GT3s. 13 points to second place from Johnny Gutierrez. which is 17 points off the lead. And then some 22 points, we have Neil Wood and Dr. Pepper team. Then you can see Mateo Erickson and Kingsbury back down in there with Edward Jones in 10 points and Hightree with 8, tied with Reisnick. Then you get down to the prototypes, and you can see Taylor with that 58 points, just behind 3 points off of Nick Westy, who has 61. So that battle, of course, of teammates is pretty tight. And then Freddie Hell, the MRG guy, in third place, but he's some 25 points back of second place. So they're going to need a nice finish here to move themselves up. Dascobler is just 7 points off of that third place. So there is some room for the podium there if Mataj can get it together, as well as Vandergeest, who's in the ballpark as with Costas, because they are only a couple points back of Dascobar, who is that 7. So it's less than 10 points to the podium for Vandergeest, Cantasaurus, and Dascobar, and then about 15 points or so for Mateo to get on the podium, and then Smythe as well, who's down there. So he's in the hypercard. So there you have that. Let me get that out of there. I'll tell you how the team goes since we don't have that on the print. Let's see. Let me get out of here for you. Give me something to look at. Where are all these guys? Come on, give me somebody on track. All right, there we go. Sorry about that. Stuck in the pits. I was reading. So I'm going to get down here to the team standings. In the GT3 class, Flying Crowbar Racing has about a 12-point lead over Bad Voices with 27 points, followed up by 15 points by Bad Voices. And then Dr. Pepper is just 1 point back of that third step on the podium, in third, I have to say. 1 point back of second place there with a total of 14 points. And then For Fun Racing with a total of 10. They're 4 points off of third place. Then Hody Racing, Ace Motorsport, and Black Cat. Well, we get to Black Cat, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. Let's go to the Hypercar team. Black Cat Motorsports with Robin Taylor and Nick Westy are in the lead with 58 points. There is a 31-point gap to the MRG guys, who have currently 27 points. So these guys need to get on their horses and get some laps in. That's for sure. So after that, here is in third place. That's Vandergeest. He has a total of 15 points. He's 12 points off of second place. So on the podium is the gear team. And then Heck Sim Racing right behind them in fourth. Bracket Kings Racing in fifth. Sim Racers Turkey in sixth. And Martini Racing in seventh. That is your team action. So, with that said, as the clock ticks, got about a minute and a half left here. Find something to look at here. All right, let's see. Let's get this driver box up so you see who we're looking at here. There's Stephen Winham in that Audi. I'm just clicking down the list here to see who we got. There's Barrett, Woody Hightree. These guys are all parked. All right, let's get some. Tony Talvitier is out there with the Maiden of Finland skin. Hopefully the gals will give him good luck in today's race. Take a look at these guys head down to sector 1 here. Really taking a lot of curve there. Oh. And that's it. That's it for Talvitier. So anyway, we got a nice shot at his skin there. Pretty nice looking. Let's see, I wanted to check out some of these different camera angles. So we got a couple of nice views here. Heading into turn 1 as and that is it for the session. Time is up. 5-minute warm-up is over, and we are getting ready to race. So get yourself a nice, refreshing beverage. Make yourself comfortable. Put your feet up. Enjoy this Sunday evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Get some exciting multi-class racing here at Sim Racing Online.
Non-essential personnel leave the grid now.
There we go. Non-essential personnel leave the grid now as they line up accordingly. So while they're doing this, we're going to go through, see how this thing works. The starting order. This is going to be a full warm-up lap, and the race will start at the beginning. So there you have your pole sitter, Nick Westy, followed by Tony Talvitier and Mateo Descablar in your top three. Then Jacob Smythe in fourth. Fifth, you have Constantino Torres. Then sixth is Tanner Selby. Seventh is Freddie Hell. And eighth is Vandergeest. Followed up by, I believe it's Merrick Da Silva. And then we get to the GT3s with Roman Granadovic sitting on pole for GT3, followed by Matteo Donatello, who put that blistering lap in to get himself up there. Then Cartwright bumping Jude Gutierrez down to fourth, as you can see. Then Cale Graff in fifth. Simon Kingsbury sixth. And then Joe Brown, Hightree, Woody, and Barrett Erickson are the top 20 of the field. And then Winham and Jones bringing that up. So there we have it. So we got something else I got here for you today, and we're going to set it up right now. And that will be... There is your moving track map. In the right-hand corner, can kind of keep an eye on what the heck Mr. Betsy's going on. So hopefully it's coming through for you guys as we worked it out with the help of Woody and then the producer of Tiny Pedal. We're using Tiny Pedal app. Great app for you guys. Does a whole bunch of stuff and works with a whole bunch of sims, so I highly recommend it. This is just one of the features that I have on out of the like 50 that you can do with it. You know, it's capable of doing whatever our Factor 2 has. It doesn't have everything. You know, I think there's some data that doesn't come through. But anyway, you kind of keep an eye on what's going on in the field. And it helps me as well. Let's just jump back here to these GT3 guys. There is Gutierrez in fourth. Graff in fifth in that red Ferrari. And then they're bringing up the rear is Stefan Wenham and Barrett Erickson. These guys are underway, and we have crossed the line, and we are racing at Interlagos, Sao Paulo. We are underway as Taylor takes the lead with Westy and Calvitier right in tow. There is your top three. A little bit of a gap to fourth place as you're getting through clean in turn one. Let's take a look down at the back here. There's Tanner Selby. Give you a quick look at you see who's who. Freddie Hell right on his tail. And then the GT3s are underway with Granadovic right in front as expected. There is Graff. So we are underway. Get this baby up. There you have your leaders. So already Cartwright and Gutierrez are going to be going at it with Cale Graff right up there in the GT3 class. You can see the sparks coming up as the tires heat up. Probably get that ground effects, a little bit less sparks perhaps. Then up in the protos, we have a little bit of a battle here going through turn one already. We got some action here. Got Selby and Costas battling it out there for that sixth spot. Selby currently in sixth. And then back just behind them, Gutierrez. Right on Cartwright. See the BMW cart right there, Gutierrez right on his tail. Meanwhile, with the LMHs, we got Merrick in a battle there with Vandergeest, and Vandergeest was damaged to see the MRG teammates there, as that is Freddie Held just in front of Vandergeest in that yellow car, as corn-fed Randy Merrick keeping pace, trying to just hang on at this point in time. You know, the tail end here is Ed Jones and Stephen Winham. Ed Jones and that other foot-sniffing pig teammate of Eric Barrickman. They're duking it out there. And back up to the pointy end of the GT3s. There is Cale Graff in 5th place. He's tightened it up a little bit to Gutierrez. So these GT3s are keeping it nicely in a pack here. It's going to be some intense racing here. They are battling. Yep, across yet for another lap. And you can see by the track map the top 3 of the LMHs. Let's focus in here on Taylor. You can see he's the green #1 car. It won't show the leader of the GT3s on this track map, but hey, at least we got to work a track map. I'm really happy about that. But you can see that it is they are spread until you get down to 5th place with Smythe and Costas. And Costas is cooping a little bit of pressure here. Sylvia is right on him. And then the Freddie Hell Vandergeest battle is just behind these guys. So here's Sylvie on the chase. They come up the hill, or down the hill forever. Headed into this tricky turn. It's really not turn 1. I think it's turn 3, is it not? Yeah, that is turn 3. Is Curva del Sol. Looking for a spot as they're heading up to the top there. Hacienda del Lago. And all these Brazilian words that I cannot pronounce, but Langra, Penjarino, I don't know. Pico di Pato, Burgello. Yeah, I'm not going to try those anymore. But yeah, yet another lap for the Protos here. So you can see they're kind of spread out. And then we get back down here to this little bit of a battle here with the GT3s. We'll jump to them. This is really tight here. Kingsbury and Brown having a little duke. They're just bumper to bumper with Graff right there with them. And here come the Protos coming through. They have, a few of them have lapped, as you can see, just in front of these guys. So here is Cartwright and the GT are making room for the LMHs as he gets through the leaders, as he gets by 2nd place there, or 3rd place, rather. There is Roman. And here he comes. So this is Talvipier in the Proto. So the 3rd place Proto making his way through this traffic. It's got to be really tricky. There he goes. Like I said, there's not a lot of room here, and lots of twisty turns at Interlagos. So really tough multi-class racing here. These guys are going to be white-knuckled by the end of this. As you see, teammate, oh, we got off. Oh, he's having trouble. Tanner Selby lost the tire, lost the suspension. He looks hot. Tanner is hot. Oh, Tanner. I think he's about ready to park it. Ladies and gentlemen, this could be our first DNF. I think he's going to bail. He's not very happy, I'm sure. So, meanwhile, Gutierrez all over Cartwright. Oh, the Norm GT3s are going off in the back there. Was that? Who was that? Is that Freddie? think it was Freddie. So Freddie had it off. See how it's looking. I told you it's going to be really tough and tight. You guys trying to find a way through these GT3s, man. You just have to be patient, guys. You cannot just go ripping and tearing through these guys. It's going to be brutal. We can see. Wow. All right, so Tanner, first one out. We just caught the tail end of that crash there. We saw he lost his right tire and a piece of suspension as well. So, tough break for Tanner. Here is Graf. Still holding 5th place. So the order really has not changed in GT3. They're all kind of behaving themselves here. They're a little bit more of a, let's call it a sane pace for the GT3s. They can pretty much stay in order. But the proto guys, man, they got their work cut out for them. As you can see just by the track map that they're so spread out. So here is Telvitier in 3rd place, and he's 7 seconds back already. Westy in 2nd place. It's right on Taylor. So these guys, remember, these guys are teammates. So if you remember 2 weeks ago, they were fighting like mad dogs at the end of the race. It was some great racing. So I think he's going to be able to threaten him here a little bit. He's ahead through the Senna S. Whoa, look at this little glitch. There we go. You can see the GT3s are coming up there. They got to get through. There is that's what a GT3 sandwich looks like when the GT3 is the meat in the middle. So good heavens. Everybody survived that. Lead is being challenged here. It looks like Westy used him as a pick and got himself right around as you watched it right before your very eyes. We have a new leader in LMH, and that is Nick Westy taking over from his teammate Robin Taylor. And I don't think Taylor has is going to have heard the end of this here. I'm sure he's going to be coming back with a vengeance. Gets yet another GT3. Oh, you can see Westy took it a little bit wide there. He was burning some tires there. So I think the pit stops are going to be important here. These guys are really going to burn through some rubber. So meanwhile, look at the GT3s. This tight pack there is Graf just staying with Gutierrez, who's given up a little bit of space to Cartwright up there. But I remember talking to these guys in the chat a little bit of pre-race as tire wear was a major concern with these GT3 guys. And they were scuffing off. There's a couple of turns that really are hard on the fronts, and then there's a couple of turns that are really hard on the rears. So it's tire management here at Interlagos for these GT3 guys, and I'm sure the Proto guys are not far off from that. Everybody's got to watch out. As you can see, Westy now, he's coming through traffic, more traffic. We got to keep our eye on this. As you can see, Taylor right on him as they're coming up on Gutierrez there. So they've reached the 4th place. They're getting through. These guys are just get the heck out of the way. Holy smokes. These guys are firing through. They're like bottle rockets. Just ready to explode. And Taylor's taking a look. He's taking a look. He's looking to the inside. Maybe he's going to pay back the favor and use a pick. Oh, he goes to the inside move. Oh, it was Westy on the outside. Taylor on the inside. As they make it through, he's getting by Cartwright there. Donatella's next. Good heavens, here comes Donatella. All right, they're through him, and then it's Renatovic. This is the last G3 for yet, but these guys are catching these guys every couple of third lap. So this is going to be nasty. It's a battle of survival. We got another DNF. Oh, we missed Vandergeest. Vandergeest is also out of this race. We missed that, unfortunately. So Selby and Vandergeest both out, both LMH protos. So just a little bit too much to handle there, maybe. It's such a tight circuit with all the traffic. It's got to be tough on these guys. So these guys are clear now to keep fighting. And meanwhile, there goes Tony Talvitie with the Maiden of Finland guiding him through this traffic. Not riding along with Cartwright. Meanwhile, the battle. Oh, Taylor has taken it back from Westy. Holy smokes, we can't take our eyes off these guys for a second. These guys are just fighting. You can see where they are up there on the track map. Heading through the Pinharina Bico de Pato. I don't know. Let's call it this is section 8, 9, and 10 into turn 11 with Borgello. And then Juanco, turn 12 and 13 is the little bend, and then 14 is the big bend up the hill, which is where they are now. So this is turn 14. It's 15 turns on this Interlagos circuit. So there you have that. All right, let's take a look back here. We're going to go back through this GT3 guys because there goes Merrick through Dr. Pepper, driver Neil Wood. But Ericsson is about a second and a half behind him. You can see him there in the foot-sniffing pig rig. Followed by Ed Jones. And then Hightree just ahead of these guys. You can see there's the gap to Hightree. He's closing in on Kingsbury, and he's got quite the gap. As these pros are coming through. Here comes Freddie Hell. Excuse me, Ed Merrick. As they're making their way through Hightree. Get through that Kansas City defensive line. They just blasted right through. Good heavens. This is just some white knuckle action. I think we're lucky to only have 2 cars out at this point in time. So maybe Vandergeest will jump on with this and let us know what happened to him, but we shall see. And Smythe and Casares coming through the pick. They're coming through 4th place, 5th place, 3rd place of the GT3s now. Ready to go on the outside of Gutierrez. Followed by Merrick as they get through. They're all over Cartwright. He's going to the outside of Cartwright. Up on this tricky uphill section. Really tight. Here's where the tight turns start. This 7, 8, 9, 10 section. Really tough. There is Smythe. Hell. Meanwhile, Graf, where's Mateo? Here we go. Oh, baby. Hang on to yourself there. As Mateo doing a good job in that Merc, keeping it out of the way as these protos just go zipping through. Wow. All right, 2nd place, Donatella. You can see Granatovich is up there. He's got about a 3-second gap as now he's going to get hit by these guys. So this is the 7th and 8th place. LMH is hitting through the top part of the GT3s, and it looks like they're cleared. So, woo! Good heavens to Betsy over. And there is your GT3 leader right there, Granatovich. Meanwhile, back at the tippy end of the LMHs, it's like Taylor has stretched that lead out to almost 2 seconds now after that couple of laps of battle there where Westy had the lead for a lap or 2. Talvitie just back. He's got about 9 seconds on Matesh, so not a threat from behind, but he has some business. He's really got to close that up. As you can see, he's some 13 seconds off of 2nd. But again, it comes down to tire management, so let's just see what happens with these guys at the tippy end. Joe Brown is in the pits, so could be his first, maybe some damage, maybe he's getting some tires, but that's going to let Mr. Jones get through. Or is that Wyndham? That's Stefan, I'm sorry. Jones is just ahead of him there by some 10, 11 seconds, so Jones has a pretty good gap on that. And his teammate Erickson is having a little bit of a duke here with Dr. Pepper driver Woody. So getting a little bit froggy there. He's closing in on that Audi of Neil Wood. As the Protos come zipping through. Hang on to your hats, everybody. All right, this is 12 and 13. You got to give it to these top 5 of the GT3 guys. They are just staying with each other. Even if these Protos come blasting through it. There goes Westy. Graf taking a little off-road tour. So Gutierrez keeping about that second gap on 4th place or 5th place tail. Cartwright keeping the throats of that BMW wide open. Just so torquey. That Beamer is so torquey. I used to have a BMW myself. I had a 328i, and that thing was just, that mid-range torque on those cars is really good. The high-end torque isn't needed. You can shift at low RPMs because there's just so much torque. Really fun car to drive. Okay, with these Protos in the middle pack here, you can see there's about a second gap here between Merrick and Hell. They are teammates, so I'm not going to see any action there probably. They're going to not be too tough on each other. Just ahead of them, though, Smythe, the other teammate, and Costas. Two Porsches are duking it out here for 5th and 6th place. They come across the line yet again. Wow, hard to believe it hasn't even been 30 minutes yet. We're 19 minutes into this race, and I'm already out of breath. As you can see, the Protos are getting through the tail end of these GT3s. Getting through Neil Wood there. You know, if you get lucky, it's the luck of the draw to get a good place to pass on one of these straights. Because, man, when you get into this 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 section, it's just no man's land. You just don't know what could happen. And I think that's where a lot of the action of our DNFs took place already. Get through. That is the defensive line of our Mark Hightree there in the Kansas City Chief. And here is 3rd place GT3 Cartwright. You can see he's pretty much gotten himself separated out from Gutierrez, who's just got that gap back in the graph as well. And meanwhile, at the pointy end, here comes Westy. He's got it under 2 seconds. Just goes in that gap and see if the traffic might help him get through Wyndham there in that beautiful green, red, white, green, blue Audi. Beautiful paint scheme on there. Westy. Nobody behind. Coming across the line yet again. No gain, in fact, about a loss of a half a second or so. All right, meanwhile, we got a little bit of action back here. Cartwright. I'm telling you, these guys are in the same order. Let's see. Positions gained, lost. Let's check this out. So, look at that. The top 5, 6, GT3s have not lost a position, and the cars behind them have all gained position. So on each other, and you can see the Protos that Westy's gone down, Calavite is down, and Das Cavalier is down, and then American and Da Silva are up. So there you go. I'm going to put the gap to the next car down back on there, so you can kind of see how close they are to each other. As those Protos, as you can tell by the track map, all those cars that are spread out, those are all the Protos. But it looks like they're coming up on some more GT3 traffic. And as they cross the line again, if you get through these GT3s. Pulls away, and here's Westy right behind him. Get through Woody there. So 2 of the 11 LMH cars are out. Oh, and there's a little bit of love there. What the heavens to Betsy is going on there? That's High Tree. Who is that? That in the silver Proto. It's got to be the Silva. Yeah, there he is in that. Look at this chrome. Oh, we had to check this out. We haven't even got a chance to look at Gills yet. Look at the fancy chrome reflecto. Just a beautiful car. Holy smokes. Look at that reflection. Woohoo! Driving for gear. The SRO team. What a good looking skin that is. Get through the AMG. There he goes. What a great looking skin there by Gills. Currently in 9th position. Hanging in there. That thing really stands out. Really good. Okay, back to the top here. These guys are bumping through traffic again here. She's getting through Cartwright. Cartwright gets the pinch on Westy a little bit, but Westy gets through. They're coming up on Granatovich. Just like, no, that's not Granatovich, I'm sure. That's Donatella in the Merc. Yeah, we can do it. All right. Roman's up ahead of them a little bit. So he is, if you see the track map, he is in position 11, is the leader as these guys are getting through him now. Leader of the GT3 is right there. Look at the difference in pace. You go from that to this. Hang on. Oh, mercy. So teammates sticking together, coming up on yet another group of GT3s. I guess that's Stefan Winham there. '11th in the GT3 class. Okay, back to this battle, this GT3. These guys are just like staying in marching order. So the pit stops are going to be coming up here as we're just closing in on 30 minutes. I'm really wondering how the tire wear was doing for these GT3 guys, as there was a little bit of chatter about it. See, there's Kale Graff and that Ferrari. These guys are evenly paced and keeping it quite orderly as we're going through the first third of this race, just to keep it sane. I mean, You got to make it to the end. Who's that getting through? That's Mataj. Get through those GT3s. That Cartwright, where was that? That was Mataj getting through that, okay. That was Joe Brown just getting passed there by Mataj. Well, Neil Woody trying to keep it close with High Tree. With a second, as you see Merrick getting through there, good GT3, get lapped again. So there is High Tree, and there is Dr. Pepper. High Tree's next in this pick line here. Just kind of, I mean, as a GT3 driver, you're just hoping that they catch you in an open spot of the track where it's not going to cause any issues. Like I said, it's tough sledding for these guys today. So it looks like this High Tree's gap has come down. This Wood is starting to put the pressure on him. This is for 7th place right here. All right, back up to the pointy end. There is the 2nd place car of Nick Westy. They're coming up on some more traffic here. As they get the, here, coming up on this High Tree battle. Woody has gotten right on High Tree's bumper just about with Protos coming through. Is that Talvitier? Yep, Talvitier gets through unscathed. Nice move to get through there. Corre de Sol. Then the Rita Oposta straight down into that 4-5 part where the lakes are. There's, if you had the upper view, you'd see the lakes right there. They're heading up into that 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 midsection. It's so treacherous, as you can see. Good High Tree off the curbs there. All right, we're going to jump from this because there's a pressure coming on here for first place. We're going to have a pass for the lead. They're fighting it, and Westy jumps back in front of Taylor as they come into the pick. If they did do threes, can Taylor get back on the inside? He stays right with him. Not much to do in that section. You have to keep the car on the apex as Taylor now on the charge. Looking for a way through, takes a peek on the inside, and Westy slams the car on him. Really good stuff there. They've left these guys in the dust. So, all right, there's a lead change. He's coming back because I want to get back to this High Tree and Wood battle. But I don't want to miss anything. These teammates are not going to take each other out. So let's just jump back here really quick because here comes more traffic. Here comes Gills getting ready to close in on Wood and High Tree in that beautifully painted silver Porsche LMH car. Look at that thing. That thing is just wicked. Wow. All right. Okay, back to this. Well, let's see. Make sure they get through because these guys are fighting like dogs up here. Westy and Taylor. Oh, looks like the gap has spread up a little bit. Oh! What happened? Oh, there's a pit stop. Okay, that explains it. So Robin Taylor was probably tired of battling on used rubber, so he has pitted first, try to go for the undercut on teammate Westy, who's now running out in front. So meanwhile, back to this fight here. This is the closest battle on track right now, be it Woody and Erickson. And they're 16 and 17 on the dots on your track map, so you can see them right there coming up the hill. Not too many. We got new DNFs and then another car pulling into the pits. Who else is in the pits? Taylor. Here comes Descabler passing the fifth place car of Graf. Granatovic still out in front of this. He's got 6 seconds now lead in the GT3s. But these guys just got to get through. So, meanwhile, as he gets through traffic here, let's go back to Taylor and Smythe because we've got a fist full of traffic here. As these guys are duking it out for 5th and 6th place. Taylor is back out in 6th. So he's got to be on fresh rubber. Oh, we got a yellow somewhere. Who's off? Who's off? Who's off? I can't tell by the track map. It's a quick yellow, so. So Taylor makes quick work there of Smythe. Coming in 5th. Meanwhile, this GT3 battle between High Tree and Woody becoming quite the fierce battle here. As High Tree's putting up a great defense for the Kansas City Chiefs defensive line. Showing their strength as Woody's looking to the inside. He's got a spot. High Tree's out a little bit. Is this going to give him the winning he needs as the Hypers come through? Freddie Hale gets through. And behind Freddie is leader Nick Westy. If he gets through. Wow, there's a look. There's a look at the switch over, trying to get to the inside, but High Tree holding court there, defending nicely. Not leaving any room for Woody to take advantage of. So very nice drive by both of these guys. Really having some good stuff. And then you can see Westy is actually lapping some of the LMHs now. As he's going to get around Freddie. Freddie's currently in 6th place, and there goes your leader, Nick Westy, lapping 6th place in the Proto so far. So good heavens to Betsy. We have another pit. Costas is in the pits in the LMH car, so he is freshening up his car. We also have Winham in the pits for the GT3, so Stefan Winham's pitted the Audi to probably get some fresh rubber. So nicely done there. But meanwhile, these guys, as Merrick gets through this battle, this great battle we're having for 7th place in the GT3s, these guys are just not. Woody's going for the outside, but the next corner is the apex is on the inside, so he's just on the wrong side there, but looks like he's got the pace. This is going to get messy here. Fucking these guys are both great drivers to keep it clean. This is going to the inside now. He's got the inside coming up the main straight. This is going to be a drag race, turn 1. Oh my God, has he got it? Neil looks like he might have the advantage here, and he's going to take the spot. He's going to nose ahead. High Tree's not giving it up, though. He's got horsepower on the outside. Let's see what happens. They are neck and neck. They're flat lining it. And Woody's got that inside gap, but he's giving room. room, and High Tree keeps the nose out front, but Woody's going to pull it out, but now to the other apex, and High Tree's back in front. And High Tree gets a little kiss from Woody. No harm, no foul. He's back on track, or is he? What happened to High Tree? Oh, High Tree had a little bit of an off, but he's back. He's back in action. The spot has been given up. And also that allowed Jones to take advantage. So that was a little bit messy there. But what are you going to do? That's just such a tight part of the track. Oh, we got another yellow. Another yellow. Where's it at? Who's ninth? It's De Silva. De Silva's having it off. Oh, and he comes back out and gets Gutierrez back. It looks like Silva's in trouble. Yeah, Silva is in big trouble. He's in deep snow now, but he's right by pit lane. If he can just get it in there and get that thing repaired. Good heavens. Oh, Gills. He gave Tony an unexpected smack there, but unintentional, though. You can see he's got serious suspension damage as he's just willing that thing into the pit lane. So let's check on Gutierrez now. Let's see. He's got a little bit of body damage. You can see it's a little bit flustered there. Let's check his steering, though. As long as his toe is not damaged and his suspension, it looks like he's steering straight. So, and he's still got the lead on Telegraph, so he has not lost the position. You know, I don't think he's hurt. Maybe his feelings are hurt a little bit. That's about it. But meanwhile, High Tree now has got the raw end of that turn one deal. But I mean, you had 3 cars going into room for 1, and you know, it's just that's the nature of this track. See the other protos get through this Dr. Pepper battle. That was the 8th place car where Freddie Hell is just ahead of these guys, or I guess he's behind him now. It's Merrick getting through some traffic. Merrick currently in 7th now, so having a decent run as he's going to the inside pit lane to get around. I mean, you've got a split second to make up your mind with these cars at this pace and these LMH cars. It's like, you can't change your mind. Once you commit, you have to stick to it. So if you're stuck on the inside, you just got to floor it and try to get through. All right, and there is Granatovich, leader of the GT3. Still, he's got 7 seconds on Mateo. And these guys, just to show you what's going on here, positions gained, lost. You can see the top 6 are still right where they started as far as GT3 goes. So, what a great battle these guys are having. What else we got going on here? There goes Taylor. Taylor now up into 4th. I'm waiting for Westy to pit here. De Silva's in the pits getting repairs after we saw the damage. You can see Robin Taylor there, currently in 4th. Talvitier being guided by the maiden of Finland. So far, the ladies have treated him pretty good. He is well into a nice points position. Currently in 2nd, but only a few cars have pitted so far. So the strategies, and here he comes now. So the maidens are pitting. See where he comes out. Talvite pitting from 2nd. That's going to put Mateo or Dascabel Adam into 2nd place here as he passes through. There goes that. So, also, we have Cartwright getting through some lap traffic in 3rd place. He's going to be lapping Wenham there. 3rd gets through. I believe that's what's Wenham in. Or I'm sorry. We have a car off. That is the 11th place car of Joe Brown, I believe. Had that off. he's got, and I believe Wyndham there, who is a lap down. You can hear the throats of that vet. Let's just get a listen to this thing. Going to the inside. The lap car of Wyndham nicely getting out of the way. Going to be a survivor. These guys just kind of battling it out here. So, Ericsson in 8th place is the next car. Of course, we had Hightree. Newsflash, Gutierrez is out of this race. Gutierrez, what the heavens to Betsy happened? Man, we missed it. Gutierrez for Flying Crowbar Racing is out of this race. That leaves his teammate Mark Hightree. The last one in, that team is leading the points. So this could make a big swing here in the team championship. Good heaven. Tough to see Johnny going out. What a bummer for Gutierrez. De Silva is still in the pit, so he must have a lot of damage. It looks like he's going to get it repaired, though, and come out. Let's see. Smythe is now in the pit. So Smythe has pitted from where he was, and Talvitier is back out there. So you see Nick Westy finally pitting now. So Westy's in the pit, and there comes Hightree as well in the GT3. So that's going to put Matej in the lead for now, the temporary lead. And, of course, that's going to move Taylor back to the podium in 3rd place. So as they shift, really curious to see where Westy's going to come out. Here he comes. He's gassing it up, and Taylor, you can see him right in the picture there. But Westy's got to navigate this tricky pit out. It's so long and treacherous. Let's see what the gap is. It's 1.2, 0.5, 0.7. There is your 1 and 2 once again. So on cold tires, though, Taylor is going to have an advantage as he's got the pick of the GT3 right there. But Westy's got, about 2 or 3 laps fresher tires. That might pay off for the next stop. I don't know. I think these guys might be able to make it there about the halfway point. So he might be going on a 1-stop. Both of these guys might be on a 1-stop. I wonder if it'll show us the tire compound. Let's check. Mediums. Cantazuris is on the hards. Smythe has a combo. He's got hard and medium. And Merrick has the hards. So the rest of the guys are on mediums. So I'm thinking they got a good chance to make it to the end here on these medium tires. Meanwhile, unfortunate for Hightree, he's deep into that battle, but now with his teammate Johnny out, he's got to finish this race to try and get some points. He's got to try and keep it up there in the top 10. He's in 9th right now, so he can hold on for a couple of points here. They have a little bit of a lead for team championship, but this is not going to help, and it's really going to hurt Johnny in the driver championship because he was up there too. So with that said, Granatovich, there's your GT3 leader crossing the line. Look at, he's got 10 seconds on Dantella in that Merc, who's got 7 on Mateo, or I'm sorry, that's reading that wrong. He's got 9 on Graf. So Dantella's pitting now. So that's going to move Graf up. So finally, the GT3s with the crash out of Gutierrez, it's the only position changes that we're having with these GT3s. Wow. You can see Matej is coming through now. So he is pitting too. So the leader, the temporary leader, this is going to put Taylor back in the lead of this race. So the undercut has gained him over Matej. But what happened to Westy? Westy must have had an off because he is way back now. Those cold tires must not have treated him right when we missed it. Dang it. But he came out, if you remember, he came out right behind Taylor. He was in 3 or 4 seconds. Now Taylor's way out front, and he's got 16, 17 seconds on Matej, who's still showing as in 2nd place in the pit until Westy gets through, which is coming through now. So Westy's going to take 2nd place now as he crosses the line. But man, what happened? What happened? We will never know. We'll have to let them tell us the story. Oh my gosh. So, wow. Taylor and Wesley, look at that. He's half a minute behind. Wow. Meanwhile, Woody finds himself the beneficiary of a lot of mishaps there as he's been pretty steady. A little bit of front left damage, but he finds himself in fourth place with a Barrett Erickson challenging behind him as the GT3s, as the LMHs come through. So you can see that little bit of damage on Woody's car there, but he is happily in fourth place right now. And then Erickson, another good steady race, whose car looks rather clean. I think he's okay. Up leader is in the pits. Granatovich for GT3 is in the pits. So as he's pitting for tires, that's going to put Tail up in the lead. This is becoming a familiar pattern. Of course, missing Gutierrez is the missing consistency that we've had over the first 3 rounds. So that's going to mix it up. But Kingsbury, been a great race in that GT3, and that Merc finds himself in second place right now. And it looks as if Gills had to call it. So De Silva in that beautiful chrome Porsche has retired the car. I'm sure unable to repair. That was some devastating suspension damage he had there. And it might have helped lead to Gutierrez's demise too, as he had a little bit of damage. Totally unintentional, as we know. You can see that Gilles has had so much suspension damage, he could not steer the car coming off of that wall. So here we have it. Wow. So we got Taylor, Wesley, Talavite, the top 3 in LMH, and Graf Kingsbury Ericsson, the top 3 in GT3. And this is good news for Ericsson. His McLaren is nice and tidy and clean, currently on the podium, but not too far back. Here's Granatovich. You can see he's about 5-second gap. So I've reached the halfway point of this race, just under. So 41 minutes to go. That's going to be enough time for Mr. Granatovich to do his thing. He's got such pace. But meanwhile, Cal leading this race. Oh, what was that? Somebody disappeared, reappeared. Got RF2 things happening too. RF2 things. These are not the droids you're looking for. Was that Freddy? Yeah, it's Freddy Hell. Or was it Smythe? Yeah, I think that was Smythe. Smythe should be detailed with that flaming red and yellow with his name right across the top of the cockpit there. All right, you can see the cars are all pretty much spread out right now. We got some GT3s chasing. Not a lot of traffic going on. Woody, these guys are on their own. Granatovich. High Tree still in it. He's up to 8th place now. He's just got to stay in it. Merrick, teammate, 7th and 8th. Ready Hell. So they're getting through the GT3s there unscathed. Man, what a race this has been. This is something else, I'm telling you. At least the weather's been nice. Now, I was told in the pre-race that the clock is ticking and the sun is going down, so I've yet to see any signs of darkness as we're coming up on 40 minutes remaining right there, as you can see. So if we go from the back up, we got Stefan Wyndham in that Audi. We've got the second place GT3 coming about to lap him, and then Mataj get through in the LMH. Here comes Kingsbury. Goes Simon. Wyndham's let him through. And Joe Brown has also just DNF'd in this race. He has also been knocked out of this race. That's going to move everybody else up another spot. So there is Ed Jones. You can see High Tree some 20 seconds ahead of him. Hightree, with the misfortune of that one incident, he's never was able to recover. Meanwhile, who is this pitting? Aha, Barrett coming into the pits with his very clean McLaren. He's in good shape. All right, Freddie Hell getting through it, heading down into turn 1. What do we got here? I'm looking for anything tight on track. It looks like the cars are completely spread out with the exception of Robin Taylor here, who's going to get through this the 17th position car. I believe that's Ed Jones. He just got around. Yep, teammate of Barrett Erickson, who is in the pit. And Eric should be out. I mean, Barrett should be out by now. And he is. He comes out in 7th. So there he is. Now I'm sure he's got fresh rubber and a full tank of fuel ready to go to the end of this race. Looks like he took the stronger half. And let's see what he's got on for tires. On the mediums. Everybody's on the mediums except Wyndham has medium and soft. Kingsbury has hard and medium. So some of these guys going with the ham sandwich, which is the mismatch of tires, which is some mods will let you do that. Some won't. You know, sometimes you put the different tires on the front and back in your car. I don't think you can do that in ACC, for instance. You just turn into a spinning spiral of death if you try that trick. All right, everybody spread out. Let's get to the tippy top. There is Taylor. Look at that. Still got 30 seconds almost on Westy. So how in the heavens to Betsy is he going to make that up with 37 minutes to go? I don't think there's any way. I think as long as Taylor keeps his nose clean, he's going to have this LMH race. He's going to take it today. We've only got 8 cars remaining in the LMH class, as we've got 3 DNFs. Freddie Hell, Jacob Smythe, the MRG guys are all still in it. Merrick, Hell, and Smythe all in the 6th, 7th, and 8th position. And Bataj now finds himself in 4th. Talvitie is back on the podium. So the maidens of Finland have helped him along today. If he can just keep this going, find himself on the podium with those gals. What a way to go. So Kingsbury got 12 seconds on Granatovich, the GT3. Graf pitted, obviously, so he's coming out now. So Graf pitted from the lead as one of the MRG guys gets by. Hell, excuse me, Hell. And here comes Mataj. He's also, let's see, be nice, guys. Let him through. There they go. Don't get too pushy. So Cartwright, right on Graf there. So we got a pretty good battle here shaping up for this last half hour here for these GT3s. They are closed in on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. So we might have a nice battle. Keep them up with the exception of Mateo. It's got 6 seconds to catch up to Roman, who's now in 2nd. He's closing that gap down to 5 seconds to 1st place. So I'm sure Kingsbury. What? Hear that? Must have been pit lane. Was there a yellow? 17. Who was that? Who is 17? It's Jones. Was Jones out? No. You can see the yellow there. Is it Hightree? Nope. Is it Brown? It's still showing there. Wyndham. Oh. You can see the yellow of the 17th place car, which according to this map is Neil Wood. It is Woody. Oh, Woody. Woody got himself stuck in no man's land. Oh no, Neil. Oh, he's trying to get out of it. He's looking for a gap. He's desperate. Is there going to be a gap in the wall? He's backing himself up. He has no wing. He must have went flying over that. Can you get through that fence? He's through the fence, but he can't get through the wall. There's got to be a break in the wall if he keeps going. Tractor in his way. Oh, get right through the tractor. And I think there's a break in the wall here. He can get himself back on track. There you go, Woody. Come on, buddy. You can do it. He's got to turn around. Oh, my heavens. Get through that tractor and get yourself on track. He's back on track. So now if he can just get a lap in. Wow. Woody. What in the heavens to Betsy? Oh, he's in deep snow. Look at this car. Oh, man. No wing, no toe. Woody. All right, we're going to come back, see if he can make it all the way around. He's a trooper, man. If he can make it, he'll do it. There's 33 minutes left. He can still get through. Get that sucker back into pit lane and get the repairs done before the checkered. Man. So he must have took some air to go flying over that wall. As we're watching the corn-fed car of Randy Merrick chip his way through here. Wow. There is High Tree. Freddie and Mataj. What a series of events. Let's check on Woody. Where is he? So, yeah. How much patience does he have? Oh, man. If you could get to the bottom section and just take a cut across, he might miss a timing sector by doing that. Good heavens, Woody. What a bummer. But you got to admire his determination, man. He's going for it. I mean, I'm the same way. If I can get the thing to roll forward without taking anybody out, I'm going to try and make it around. So good heavens. Meanwhile, guess what? Yep, Brananovich back in the lead of the GT3 class. Big shocker there. Mateo, you can see him back there. There is Stefan Winham between them. Here comes some more protos. Oh, another yellow sector 2. That could be Woody. That could be Wood causing that. Yeah. Keep it alive, Woody. Keep it alive. You can make it. Cartwright. Mike coming down on him in the proto. So about a 4-second gap to the podium for Mr. Cartwright there. See Woody. Got a long ways to go, man. Holy smokes. Well, High Tree got himself up to 7th now. He's ahead of Ericsson, but I believe that the Ericsson pit stop. See if this thing will show us how many pit stops these guys have had. Grananovich 1, Cartwright with 1, Jones with 1. It's not showing all of them, but this data is never reliable, so we don't really trust it. But it would be great to see if you get that to work. Salvitier comfortably in 3rd now. He's got 4 seconds on Mataj. And there is Costas in 5th place. He's got 20 seconds on Jacob. So Smythe must have really had some bad there to get that far behind. Maybe it was the pit stop. He might just be a pit stop behind because it was Westy who I was concerned with. And Westy's still got that 20 seconds plus. Hope we got another yellow. It was a quick yellow, probably just enough. It's probably Woody ping-ponging off of the walls. There we have him. He's making it through the infield section if he can just get around. There is Winham. Mike getting around him. So, another yellow. Sector 2. It's got to be Woody. It's looking like the demo derby, Woody. I'm loving it though, man. He's going for it. Get it in there, bro. You can make it. You can do it. All right, so Merrick currently in 8th. Freddie in 7th. Teammates, MRG guys are still in 8th, 7th, 8th, or 6th, 7th, and 8th. High Tree was the Kansas City defensive lineman. That's Westy going around him. So Talvitier finds himself in 2nd place. Westy's in front now. So where is... Oh my heavens. Taylor. Taylor must have had an off. Was Taylor one of the yellows? How did we miss this? Westy, that was some 20 seconds off, now has the lead again, and he's got 25 seconds on Talvitier. Man, I apologize for missing whatever action was going on there. But, I mean, that just shows you cannot turn your head for 1 second. You're going to miss something. Good heaven. So, Westy, Talvitier, and Descabel are top 3 now in LMH as Taylor find him. Maybe he hit it. I don't think so. He might have, though. He's burning rubber getting through. He's got 3 seconds. Well, it says DRS is active, but I don't think these cars have DRS. But I appreciate the graphics there. So Taylor, he's going to get back on the podium here. Smitage, you can see, it's just... There is Taylor coming from the back. Where's the view I want? There it is. There is the distance to the podium for Mr. Taylor. See what kind of defense, if he's got any defense for him at all. Giggles, I'm going to see if it, Taylor. It was a pit stop. Look at that. Taylor has 2 now. So Taylor pitted from the lead. That's what it was. So we didn't miss any crashing or anything. But he's got some fresh rubber on there now. Let's see what kind of tires he's picked. He's on mediums. So there you have it. It's about to take a podium away. He's got, they're side by side. They're heading into turn 1. Side by side. He's got the inside gap. High Tree's giving some room on the outside. It's the Kansas City lineman. Know when to get the hell out of the way. Nicely done. So Taylor finds himself back on the podium. However, he is quite a ways back. Talvitier, 5 seconds on Taylor. With Taylor's pace, man, with 25 minutes left, he's got plenty of time to catch him. Let's check the lap time. So there's the last lap time for Tony at 1:15. And let's check the last lap time for Taylor was a 1:14. So you can see that he's got a second faster with those new tires over Tony. So that's going to be not too long until Mr. Taylor, who's got it down to 2 seconds now, is all over Talvitier. So let's hope that the Maidens of Finland can help. As you can see right there, he's in the picture now. So Talvitier, let's find that cool shot from the back. This is from 2nd to 3rd. Taylor closing that gap. There's Taylor. Man, the pace difference between these GT3s and these LH cars is insane. So here we are in the 7, 8, 9, 10 section. You can see Taylor's just catching up. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that the fresh rubber that Taylor has is allowing this huge difference in pace. And Telvitier knows it. I don't know if he can hold him off here down the straight. It's going to be a race. Babies are wide open now. And it looks like Telvitier just wisely let him go. He realizes he's outpaced. Why risk it all? He's still on the podium. So he's setting himself up for some good points. And of course we got Granatovich back in the front. Stone's back here in some traffic. The Protos are getting through. Let's check on Woody. He's got to be getting close. Woody is back out. Yes, Mr. Wood has come back out. Nicely done. I think he's in 11th place now. There we have it. So perseverance pays off. He's just got one spot to make up, and he's only 10 seconds back of a points paying position. So good on Woody for sticking with it. Meanwhile, Mr. Cartwright has about 7 seconds to make up for him to sit on the podium. Let's see, Protos are coming, ripping through. Here comes the Tabler. And Mr. Graff finds himself on the podium in 3rd place, so good run in the Ferrari. As you can see, Taylor just ahead of him there. So now Westy, with 22 minutes left, has to figure this out because he's got to let Telvitier get through Graff here without any incident, and let's make sure these guys all get through. But Mr. Westy, he has 23 seconds on Taylor, but Taylor's got fresh rubber. And how is Westy's tire wear holding up? Because he pitted, I remember he pitted after Taylor. Taylor pitted first. So let's just check out the lap times here. Let's look at Westy's lap time. So he had a 1:16 with his lap. His best lap time was a 1:14, but that was nowhere near his last lap. So his last lap on current tires is a 1:16. Let's look at Taylor. Taylor's last lap was a 1:14.7. So we got 2 seconds. So if we're looking at 2 seconds per lap, and in 23 laps, we're looking at 12 laps in 21 minutes, which is easily done. Because these lap times are about a minute and a half. So even under that, 1:14, 1:13 for the Proto. So he can easily have time to catch up. But how much rubber will he have left? For Taylor, that is, on fresh rubber. But that's talking about Westy. What kind of rubber is he going to have? So let's see what his last lap was. Oh, so he picked it up a little bit there. He's at a 1:15 on the last lap. So that was an improvement. Oh, we got a little bit of mix up there as the corn-fed car of Randy Merrick heads a little bit sideways there as he's getting through that Cartwright. No, it was Kingsbury, yeah. Kingsbury currently in 1-2, yeah, Kingsbury in 5th place. Merrick, Westy, the leader. Oh! Closing in for the, wow, that really looked sketchy there, didn't it? But he had maybe closing in for a little bit of draft there, but Westy's just running away. Just the pace difference is amazing with these guys. So yeah, some crazy stuff up. We're getting some frame damage there. What are we going to do? So Kale finds himself in 3rd now. Some 8 seconds ahead of Cartwright. Yeah, these update things just lag me out every time. I want to shut them off. See if that turns them off. Mateo in 2nd. Hanging in there. He's got 6 seconds to make up. Well, Costas About 4 seconds behind Freddie Hell. Should be able to see him in the picture here. Let's see if we can see him ahead. There you can see Freddie right there. Meanwhile, Taylor's gap now it's only, he's got through Tony by 6 seconds now, and Westy still holding up in that 22 seconds. So Westy doing some driver stuff there. Let's see. What was the last lap for Westy this time? So Westy put a 114 in. That's pretty good. And Taylor's last lap was a 114.8. The 114.4. So Westy answering the call. You can see he just got it together. So maybe the slower laps were due to traffic. Got to remember that's always in play here in this multi-class racing. Still just 3 of the prototypes are out. And we've only got Joni Gutierrez as the only GT3 driver out, thanks to the brave run of Neil Wood, who now finds himself in 10th. So he's earned himself back into the points position by making it around the track somehow with that car that was all but destroyed. The wreckers were here to pick it up. There was, the surplus yard was having a look at that car. Thought they were going to have some good parts. But nope, he pulled it off. All right, meanwhile, we've got a battle here. Tony Calvisier and the Maidens of Finland are getting a little bit of a challenge here from Mataj. You see him making his way through the new crease. You can see Tony just ahead of him there. Woo! Good Lord. So the VCA is going to be defending. We're coming up on 15 minutes left. He's going to do some of that driver stuff. And also behind him, Freddie Hill and Costas back a gap. Freddie Hill with Smythe right there. He's a lap down, so that explains that. That was kind of funny. So the Scott Belair, let's check out his last lap. So Tony's last lap was a 116. Woo! These guys are coming through. And Mataj's last lap, the 16.2. Oh no, it's not showing. Come on, I want to show. I don't want Tony. I want Mataj. Okay, break. Back to Smythe, back to Mataj. Okay. So let me see if this will work. I'm trying to get the last lap from Mataj. Okay, 116.075 was Mataj's last lap, and I had to go to Jacob to get it. So he's got the gap down to 2 seconds now. Calvitier's last lap was a 16.2, so. See them, there they are. That's closing. Coming up on some traffic here. This is the second place car of Matteo Donatella, the GT3 class. Roman is just ahead of him. Roman just got around High Tree. So High Tree's been lapped by the leader. But these this battle of Salvitia and Das Caballero is right on these guys, coming up quick here. They're coming right into play. Here they come. Here comes Salvitia. So hopefully they won't get an assist. Making room. There he goes. He gets through the leader, and so does Mataj. So this battle is on. This is for the last step of the podium right here with 13 minutes to go. We've got ourselves a good race right here. As well as for 6th place, we got Freddie Hell trying to make some hay and get up with Costas. Teammates Smythe and Hell are separated by Costas. See, there's that gap. So some positions to be had here with the final minutes of this race. They're getting around Mr. Graff, who's currently in 3rd place, the GT3 class. No surprise there. Let's check on the Taylor gap. Over Salvitia by 8, which means also that Mataj is closing in on him. Westie's 21, so he's only been able to take 1 second out during that last 4 minutes or so. So I'm thinking if Westie keeps his nose clean, worn tires or not, he's going to have this race. Let's see if it'll show us how many stops Westie's had. He's only had 1 stop over Taylor's too. So there you have it. We show the gap to the leader for Salvitia. Not going to show. All right. So we got that 3 seconds now. Salvitia's got a little bit of cushion. There's where it changes. Okay. So you can see the gap to the leader up there now. 19 seconds for Taylor, 30 for Salvitia, and 32 for Das Caballero. All right, we'll go back to the next car. And well, you can check out the GT3s as well. So Roman got a comfortable lead. GT3. Mateo 8 seconds back, and then Kale's some 10 seconds back of that. So these guys are spread out pretty evenly. We don't really have a battle on here. I'm glad to see High Tree back up into the points. He's in 7th now, with Ericsson some 15 seconds ahead of him. So another good run by Ericsson to get himself up there in 6th place. He's only 8 seconds back at Kingsbury, so he might be able to make a last 10-minute run here. See what kind of laps we have. Kingsbury had a 1:34 his last lap. Let's see, Ericsson's last lap was 1:34.6, so they're pretty even there. Speed differences. So there is Westie getting through High Tree. Meanwhile, Mataj has closed it down a little bit there. The gap's been jumping. He's actually got around. Mataj is in 3rd and Salvitia is in the pit. So with 10 minutes to go, Salvitia had to come in. He was probably either out of fuel or out of tires, but man, what a way to go with 10 minutes left to go in this race. Westie's now starting to take some chunks. Taylor's starting to take some chunks out of Westie's lead. Down to 15 now, so he's gained 5 seconds in the last couple of laps. But the big news is Tony pitting from 3rd. What's that going to do for Smythe? If Smythe is coming around the corner now, is he going to also get Oh, no, he's not that close. Okay. But Mataj, okay, here comes Calvitier. He's coming out. You know he's got fresh rubber. Perhaps he went to the softs. Freddie Hell is on the softs. Calvitier is back on the mediums. But you can see Freddie went to the softs on his stop. So good on Freddie. He's currently in 7th. He's got 7 seconds to make up with 8 minutes to go. But man, Calvitier must have been at the end. I mean, he lost so much lap time. He probably had to pit. He could have been on treads or showing. Either that or he was low on fuel. Either way, 4th position is not a bad spot. Even though he's 40 seconds back, he's still way ahead of Smythe. You can see he's got. Gonna show. Yeah. All right. So meanwhile, Granadovic well out front. From 8 seconds on Datella. Datella getting passed by Scabaler. Kale in that Ferrari, getting it from Smythe. Or is that Freddie? Nope, that was Smythe. I had it right. You think I'd know it by now. But it's only been 83 minutes, so come on. Meanwhile, champion of the day, biggest heart of the day award goes to Neil Wood for just... he was completely off the map on the other side of the wall. He battled his way out of there somehow. Found his way through the transparent fracture, got himself back on track, and was able to pit and repair. He's got to get some kind of a Purple Heart for that. Very nicely done. All right, Calvitier. Well, he's knocked a second off of that 40. Oh, we got a yellow. Where's the yellow? It's out. Second place car, Taylor. Taylor's out. Taylor's into the wall. There goes his hopes, but what is this going to be for the Scabaler? Oh, Taylor with the most unfortunate drive there. Looks like his steering is okay still. Doesn't look too bad. So no harm, no foul, but look what this does to the finish here. To Scabaler is right there on him now. He's on his bumper, so this is going to be it with 5 minutes to go. Second place is up for grabs. Calvitier is going to have to be happy to settle for 4th in this event as he's some half a minute back. But meanwhile, Mataj, see what he's got. Now remember, Taylor has fresh rubber, especially compared to Mataj. So he might be able to hold that gap. But the traffic is going to help. It's going to work in the Scabaler's favor here. As they get around Mr. Brown, Joe Brown there in that bet. Woody's next, but holy smokes. There's another pick to the inside. Got it under a second through that straight section, but then in the twisties, Taylor seems to get it back up the gap a little bit, probably due to the pressure rubber, but this time he's staying right with him. Wow, this is going to be a photo finish for number 2 on the step of the LMH lap. There are under 5 minutes left. that damage on the Cobbler's car. What does he have for him on the straight? Let's see if he can close it up. Another GT3, there he is. Is that Woody? I believe that's Dr. Pepper. Got it down to 7/10. Got a battle here. Meanwhile, Wesley making his way through the traffic. Gets through Granatovich, I believe. Taylor and Descobler getting through some traffic. They've got, I think, Donatella and Graf to get through next. Or they've already got through Cartwright, so Graf is next for these two protos to get through. The Ferrari of the third place GT3 is right there, so here they come. Held the gap to under a second. As Graf gets keenly out of the way. Got to keep it on the road. Next is High Tree. 7th place GT3 is next in line. You see the gap jumps back up into the 1 second plus. High Tree lets him through. And there they go. Meanwhile, back here, Merrick comfortably in 8th. Freddie Held, teammate, 7th. And that Catasaurus is still the one cog in the smoke that's separating the two teammates from their other teammate, Mr. Smythe, up in 5th. I'm sure Freddie and Merrick would love to get up in front of Catasaurus, but I don't think that's going to happen with that 13-second gap there. So anyway, back to this battle here. We're down to the last lap. Where is Westy with the clock? Westy! Westy's out! Westy has crashed it. Is that turn 1? Westy has put his car into the wall, leading this race with 29 seconds left. What in heaven's name is going on here? How much damage does he have? Oh, he's in trouble. He is in trouble. What is that going to do? Look at Matach. The gap is coming down. All he has to do is make it to the line. There's another yellow. Who's the 4th place car? It's Tony Delvitier. Delvitier. He also had a little off there. So he spun it. The clock is out. Meanwhile, are these guys going to catch Westy? Westy crossed the line. I believe he's done it. That's all he had to do was get across. He has made it. Yes, Mr. Westy has won this race. Nice job. And then here comes your 2nd place car and 3rd, Taylor. So there is your top 3, just Westy, Scobler, and Taylor. Delvitier needs to get around to make it, but let's see what's happening in the GT3s. As Eric also getting through the lap. Okay, so there is Graf. He's coming across the line for 3rd place. There are the Grafs. So Donatella and Granatovich are through. Wow. What a finish. Delvitier needs to finish this lap. And he's got, doesn't look like he's got any damage. Because Smythe, okay, these guys are through. their race is over. But I believe that Talvitier had crossed the line before the finishers, and here he comes to finish his race and put him proudly in 4th position. Very good. There we go. Woo! Holy smokes. What kind of crazy business has been going on in this race? So I don't know if these guys are through it or not. They could still be racing. They might have got across the line before as well, but I don't think so. I think this is just an outlap for these guys. Because here comes Mataj is still out there. He's coming into the pit. Kingsbury's in the pit. Graf, however, is still on a lap, but he's got 3rd place in the bag. So, as well as Mateo, these guys are out there. So holy smokes! What a race! Wow. All right. So session results. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Session results. Oops. How you doing? There we go. Okay. Nick Westy is your winner. 72 laps of pure adrenaline. Oh my heavens to Betsy. Mataj, Robin Taylor, Tony Talavita, your top 4. Jacob Smith in 5th position. Costas in 6th. Freddie Hell, Randy Merrick, bring up the Protos. And then on the next page here, we have the finishing GT3s, and we have someone joining us as well. There, next page. Hello. So there we go. There's Graf, Cartwright, Kingsbury, and Erickson. Mark Hightree, Ed Jones, Stephen Wenham, Neil Lee Wood, and Joe Brown. And I'm telling you, Neil Wood gets the Medal of Honor for that finish, jumping the wall, destroying his car, and coming back to finish the race. Nonetheless, that was amazing. And he got himself some points, too, I believe. So good job there. That was something else. So, who's in the chat with me?
Tony.
Tony Talvitier, what happened on the last lap there, man? It looks like you had a little bit of a rough go.
Yeah, I was exhausted, so I had to take a drink.
Oh, okay. You did a pit stop, did you not? Like with 10 minutes to go, you pulled into the pit.
Yeah, I had no idea how the fuel goes.
So you were dehydrated, is what it sounds like.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right. Well, as the session is changing now, good heavens, that was quite the race. So it was very exciting to watch from this point of view, anyway. Lots of crazy stuff going on, and it looks like the maidens of Finland guided you through to get up into that top 4. I mean, for a while there, you were in 2nd place, so it was a good race for you.
Yeah, I drove really well, I have to say, but top 2 were just too fast.
Yeah, those guys, so, they are something else. Taylor and Westy, those guys are just in another world.
Yeah, I basically I did perfect drive until I was slow boating the traffic, and then I forgot all about Mate, who's lurking on me. He was suddenly 2 seconds behind, and I was like, "Oh my God, I'm in trouble." So then I was calculating fuel and ran out of it.
So the fuel was an issue too, yeah.
Yeah, for me at least.
Hey, but I know that there was no pit stop or pit lane accidents this time.
No, everything was perfect, and I had a really perfect race, but just didn't have speed.
Aha. I'm trying to get this picture up, but it won't give me the big picture. Oh, well, it's good enough. Wow, that was exhausting to watch. It must have been crazy to be part of. And then, did you see Neil Wood took his Dr. Pepper GT3 Audi, and somehow on the final turn, or the up coming to the straight, he hopped the wall and he got on the other side of the fence in the wall, and he was trapped back there. So yeah, did you see it?
I didn't see that, but he noticed my skin on practice. And at the first part of the race, every time I lapped him, I tried to wave my car, like shake some tail for him.
That was good. That was good. But the guy battled his way through. He was stuck between the fence and the wall in the grandstands, and he threw it reverse, and he just powered his way down, actually to where turn one is, where you turn left down the hill. There was a gap in the wall, and he was able to get out. But by that time, he had no wing. His car was completely damaged all the way around. His toe was all broken. Suspension was broken. But he cruelly made himself a full lap from there, just off on the grass. You might have passed him a couple times, seeing him off to the side. And then he got into the pit lane and repaired his car and came out, and he got a top 10 finish. So, yeah, he got the Medal of Honor award today. That was something else.
It's well deserved. Also, I noticed one time Joe Brown joined back to the server, so he was -1 lap then, right? Did he finish?
Yeah, I think so. Because there was a couple down a lap. But, yeah, what a race, man. And then Johnny Gutierrez, I don't know what happened to him, but he must have crashed out too, because those GT3 guys, there's usually the top 5. They're always battling there, and Gutierrez is right in the mix of it, but he went out as well. So we lost a few drivers in that race, but not too bad considering that the traffic with the GT3s and the LMHs, it's what had to have been intense.
Yeah, it's mostly okay when you learn the spots where you can pass and you know the driver ahead of you. I think that's the main thing. And if it's somebody who's not maybe so experienced, you just have to lift off.
Right.
Well, that's what I do anyhow.
For sure. That's what everybody should do. I mean, you got to make room and be able to live another day, right? So it makes it tough.
What happened to John?
I don't know what happened to John either. His car was looking fine, and then all of a sudden I saw him as DNF, so I didn't quite catch it, and I was hoping he was going to jump on with us, and then maybe we would get an answer, but nope. He was in bad shape. But yeah, that was something else. So off next week, right? Where do we go next week? We're going to Fuji. So off from Brazil to Japan for round 5 at Fuji. That should be a good one too. A little bit more room at Fuji, I believe, for the multi-class racing. I think it'll be, a good chance. We do have that Sector 3. It gets really tight at Fuji. That little section that coming up the hill there. But other than that, I think it's pretty wide open.
Yeah, I think so too. It's wide track also.
Yeah, and that big, long, I think it's one of the longest straights that we race on this series. So going to be open those babies up. Get some heavy top speeds out of that. Well, that's it, guys. Another awesome round 4, another race, another GT3 LMH prototype under the belt. We're going to sort out the points here and see who came out ahead and who came out behind. But in this day's race, it was something to watch, let me tell you. So with that said, I'm going to get out of here, and we will live to see you another day. So adios from Sim Racing Online.
Yeah, thanks, Rob, for all the broadcasts. You're the best.
Thank you.
User disconnected.